Okay, welcome everyone. Happy Monday morning. Let's get right into the stock market charts. We're looking for trade ideas that hopefully make us some money. This video, I'm going to cover the gold mining stocks. I want to just narrow down on this sector and some individual miners because anyone that's been following me knows I've been pretty bullish these stocks. So I want to show the bullish setups that I'm seeing and how those look today. So we're going to start off today with gold bullion, then we'll get into the miners. Before I get going though, guys, just click that thumbs up, leave me a thumbs up. It does help the channel. You know, I do put a lot of effort into putting out these videos daily, so if you find value in that content, leave me a thumbs up. If you don't find any value, fine, you know, give me a thumbs down, but you're watching, so I don't know. Anyways, let's get right into it, guys. So gold bullion, the thing that I've been watching is this upward trend line on the daily chart here on gold. You can see that we've held support. Here's your COVID crash right there. And basically, we started building the trend line. COVID fell right to the trend line. And at that point, we've really established a bullish trend, all right? And there's another tag of support. I've got them all circled. And recently, you can see we broke this trend line support right here. And this was done on a Sunday. Really in early morning hours, looked to me like a stop raid. So when that came out on Sunday morning or Monday morning when we opened way below trend, I really just held in there and looked at what what the chart was showing. It looked like we were going to recover for the week. And if I showed you the weekly chart, you'd see, let's flip over to that real quick. You'll see here's the breakdown right there that week where we closed, we opened really low on Monday morning, but by the end of the week, we had bounced all the way back up and recovered that trend line. That is a very bullish sign to see that. So when I saw that, that really gives me, really helps add to the bullish case. And then we've been just grinding along this trend line pretty much ever since. Nothing impulsive, but we're still holding the trend line. And even today, you can see they're buying it up, really holding that trend line. So gold still looks bullish from a trend perspective. And again, if you look at the bullish divergence, when we dropped here, look at the momentum. See how we were moving higher? I've got it circled here where the momentum could not make a new lower low. Let me move that little circle. See that low right there? How it was making a higher low right there on the PPO and kind of an equal low on the RSI than the previous low, and yet price was making a much new lower low. That's bullish divergence. If you're unfamiliar with this concept or any of these concepts and you want to learn more advanced technical analysis skills and strategy, take my course. Link in the description below. It's a 5 or 6 hour course. I've had a lot of positive feedback on the course, and I priced it right at 99 bucks. So basically, it's affordable for anyone who's interested in the markets and interested in learning a new skill. Link in the description below. Okay, guys, so there is the bullish divergence on gold bullion, and we're continuing to hold that bullish trend. So bigger picture, as I roll back out, you'll see gold bottom back in 2015, and we've been making a series of higher highs and higher lows. And to me, as far as I can tell, we have bullish divergence now, and it looks like we're about to make another new high, and the next leg higher in gold bullion, and that should bode well for gold stocks. Looking at the GDX here, this gold mining ETF, you'll see here we basically spiked right here back in August of 2020, and if you go back and look at my videos then, I was selling all my gold miners. I was pretty much out of all my gold mining stocks on that big impulsive spike, and I let the miners really do their thing and correct for the last many months. I started to get bullish again basically right in here. I have it circled right there. This is where I started to get bullish. So far that's held support. We rallied, and as we rallied, we broke out of this downward trend. So there's your downward trend breakout. Come in for a back test, hold, move higher, and then we've come back in for another series of back tests. We're still kind of holding that trend line support. So any day now, any week, I don't know exactly, but I am looking for it to do that and rally. Again, the other thing I want to point out, let me get my chart right. These new lows right in here, I have them all circled, have been a series of kind of new lower lows, but look at the divergence. See how we're moving higher on the momentum? That tells me that this is an area where the smart money is building long positions. They're buying the gold miners and building positions. So each new low that it makes is a divergent low at support. Someone asked me why I don't wait for a breakout. Well, in the miners, the breakout took place back here. Here's your buy signal, your original breakout. Each tag of support now is an opportunity to add to a position. So for a longer term swing trade or trend trade, we have a bullish pattern already. Here's your downtrend correction, here's your breakout back test, and here's a back test. And again, I don't want to be going long the miners when we're, rallying and maybe making a new high and completely putting this trend in the past. I want to go long the miners as we fall into support, hitting support with bullish divergence, and we already had a bullish breakout, a back test. All right, this is a bullish pattern where we're building a long position for the next trend higher. But I don't want to go long once the momentum kicks in and everybody's piling into these stocks because they're just moving higher. That's not the time to go long. I want to be long down here at support where I can get the stocks the cheapest that they're, possibly the cheapest that they can be. Again, nothing's guaranteed. I can't guarantee anything. We're just using the probabilities in our favor. Okay, so just wrapping this one up, we've got some minor resistance right here. I can probably extend this out. A little bit of resistance right there at about 32.84. We got to break that. You break that to the upside. Next level of resistance is up here at 34.37 and the 200-day moving average right in that area. And above that, there's a gap to fill. It looks like that gap's not been filled, so likely get a reaction right there at 36.76. Once we start breaking above that, we're going to start to make our way towards all-time highs and likely higher. So those are some key levels to watch. Let's move on. Let's look at one of my favorites, Barrick Gold. Why do I like Barrick Gold so much? Well, one thing is it's not indexed to the S&P 500 like Newmont Mining is. However, it is a large mining stock. They're the second largest miner. So it's a good proxy on gold. You avoid a lot of the swingy volatility that the junior miners get. So you can take a larger position in these majors. They do pay you a dividend. This one's paying you, here it says 1.76. I thought I saw that it was higher, but I'm not sure how they break that out. We'll have to check that. Yeah, and then I flip over to Yahoo Finance. It looks like they've got 1.86. So, roughly whatever. It's paying me to wait, and if I can buy the stock at support, at key levels of support, then I've got the technicals working in my favor, and I also get paid to wait as things kind of consolidate. So Barrick Gold, again, one of my more favorite, mining positions. A little less volatile. Yeah, you don't get as much of the reward if you get the call right. But again, I don't, I sprinkle my gold mining positions around. I don't just load into one stock. So Barrick Gold, bigger picture, you've got an uptrend started back in 2015, and you can see that we basically held support here, held support on the COVID drop, and yeah, we could come down all the way down to that support line. That is, it looks like that's where this wants to go. Maybe that's where Barrick wants to head down to, down to the $17 range, $16.80, somewhere right in there. I'm not projecting that. I think we're likely going to rally here because we've got bullish divergence in bullion. We have bullish divergence in Barrick. See that right there? See the bullish momentum moving up, and yet price continues to make a lower low here, lower low here, lower low there. So we're keep making new lower lows in price, and yet the momentum can't seem to make a lower low. So it's bullish divergence. That tells me we're likely going to break to the upside sometime soon, but you never know exactly when. It's not always a timing indicator. If you want to time it perfectly, you could maybe wait for a break of this downtrend line right here, somewhere right in there. See if, a bullish breakout of that, then that might be your perfect timing indicator. So things to look for on that. I still like it. I still like how it's holding. It's also holding this horizontal support right there. It's right in here about 17.9. It's about 1975. You can see that was basic resistance right in this area. Kind of shot over it a little bit, but hit it right there perfectly. And then that's basically held as support ever since. You can see where we basically, there it is, we undercut it right there, and then we're just kind of undercutting it a little bit right here. But I think we're going to recover it, and that's going to be a bullish sign to recover that, and look for that bullish breakout as well. Okay, moving on. Agnico Eagle, AEM, this one. So here's your downtrend line, basically since the September 2020, clear downtrend right there. Started to build some bullish divergence. There's a divergent low right in here. And then we broke out of that downtrend. So we broke out and we've been backtesting ever since. So look at this series of backtest. It's really been backtesting, just grinding along this trendline support since about June. So all summer long, just kind of grinding along support. But each new low has been a divergent low. You'll see here, see the bullish divergence, see how we're moving higher in momentum and price is grinding lower. So, you know, that's a, you know, I think we're going to have a trend reversal sometime soon, bouncing off this trend line and put this pattern in the dust, making a series of new higher highs. That's what we're looking for on that one. Resistance, I don't think we really have much of resistance until we get to about right here. Let's extend that out. And it's about 62.62. So I think likely very soon we're going to bounce off this, run up and hit that. That alone is a move up to, that's about a 13% gain kind of from where we're at right now. Of course, we don't have any signs that we're, you know, breaking higher yet. Okay, this one's interesting. IAMGOLD, IAG. Breakout today. We'll see if it sticks. You know, I'm putting this out in the morning, but you can see here a couple things on IAG. Let's get this into view. So we have a downtrend line right here on IAG. It's really just been in a downtrend, and we have a shorter term downtrend right here, creating this bearish falling wedge pattern. We have bullish divergence showing up on the RSI, and it's not quite there on the PPO. You can see we're still kind of downtrending on the PPO. Oh, sorry, I stand corrected. We do have bullish divergence that just showed up last week. So there it is. See that right there? See how we made a new lower low in price right there, and yet higher high in momentum. So we have bullish divergence on the PPO and the RSI. We have a downtrend on the shorter time frame, and we have a breakout. So there's your breakout candle right there. See that bullish breakout? Let's see if we can hold that right there above that trend line. If it falls back below throughout the day and closes back below that resistance line, then that's a false breakout and an intraday breakout. So we don't have confirmation that that's a breakout yet, but we get that daily close here or even higher. You know, the bigger the green candle, the better on a bullish breakout. Then I say that likely sets us up for a trend reversal, and we're going to start uptrending. It's not going to be just straight up, but we're going to kind of move our way up and then have pullbacks. We've got some resistance. As I zoom out, it looks like the resistance is right there. Oh, let me grab the right tool. Resistance sitting at, that would be a good target, 282. And that would be a move from where we're at now of about 20%. And we'll likely get a pullback or a reaction there. We also have the 200-day way above. Again, we're going to likely run into resistance, pull back, chop around, consolidate, break higher. So second level of resistance that I can see on this one, yeah, it goes back to about right here, 327 and the 200-day. So it's kind of a confluence of resistance right up there, overhead resistance. A break above that, I don't see much in the way. We're likely going to get all-time new highs. So there's something to look at on a bullish breakout. This thing's up 9% today, breaking higher, looking good. HMY, some of these small ones are looking really good. So HMY here, you can see here we've got a bullish trend coming off the 2015. This was kind of the bull market in the miners. And, gold bullion started a bullish trend, a bull market in 2015 as well. So we've got support, and look at where we're at right now, right there. And look how bullish that is. So you see how we broke below that trend line. We broke below it last week, drifting below it today. Boom, big recovery, big impulsive buying. The buyers are there stepping in. We've recovered that. So that's a false breakdown. That means we're holding this support. That's a very bullish sign to see. The other thing that was telling me that we're likely going to continue, we'll probably bounce and start uptrending, making a new leg higher in gold miners, is the bullish divergence that's been building. So look at that right there. You see how we've been making new lower lows in price, and yet the momentum has been building bullish right there. So, I think we just saw the bottom in this one. That's what this looks like. Looks like we just now are bouncing higher, and we're likely going to start the next move higher in these miners. Moving on. Here's BTG. This one, if we can get the chart to play nice, we had this bearish falling wedge just really on the shorter time frame here, and you got bullish momentum that's been building. See, it's a very common theme across all these miners. And then we had a breakout last week. There's your breakout, but they came back in for another back test, boom, and then breaking higher today. So I think we saw the low in this one. I wouldn't expect it to really break lower from here. We can still back test this trend line. That would be okay right there. But I wouldn't really expect it to make new lows in this pattern. So we'll watch that. As far as I can tell, we're going to start moving higher. Level of resistance right there at 435. And we've got, as I just double check these resistance levels, and we've got another level, good level of resistance right there at 488. Okay, that's kind of a pivotal level of resistance. That was major support back through here. See all the support? It was resistance right there. See if we can get any more. That's about it. So yeah, I would say at least in a shorter time frame, the target could probably be up here, although you'll probably get a reaction down here at 435. But a move up to 488, and that's going to be a move of about 28-30%. So I like that on a bullish move higher. I think it's likely going to go even higher because I think gold's starting its next leg higher in an ongoing bull market. But, those are some levels to watch. Sandstorm. You can see here's your bull market in Sandstorm going back to 2016. You got support, COVID crash. This was a liquidation event, so it undercut it but recovered. And you can see where we've been holding support ever since, right there at that trend line. So we've been making this is kind of holding support, but we did have bullish divergence show up right there. See the positive momentum on the RSI and the PPO, and yet right there we made a new lower low in price. So that was a divergent low, and that was really it on that one. And ever since, we've just been kind of grinding higher, holding support, consolidating at that level. So any day now, I'd expect us to do that. Moving on, IAMGOLD, Ashanti. This one's been in a downtrend. I don't see any break of the downtrend. We are at key support down here. So you can see we've got the support really here and then here. And I like this candle right here that tells me that this was support. See this breakdown candle right there? And that was an indecision candle. I think they call that a tombstone candle or something. And basically that's a reversal doji, but you can see we broke below that key support, but the following day snapped right back above and held that support. So that looks like a doji with confirmation. And then we've just been testing the support line, testing. All right, so I'm looking at us to move higher, whether it happens today, tomorrow. If this is the low, I don't exactly know on this one, but I think it's near. You also have bullish divergence on the RSI showing up. I believe it's there. Let's look. Not quite. So this one doesn't quite have the bullish divergence yet, at least on the... No, I take that back. Again, we did just get it, and that's the thing. Some of these didn't have it, but here it is. There's your bullish divergence. There's the RSI. There's the PPO. Let me go ahead and get rid of this one. And you can see we made a new lower low last week, and I have it circled right here, and yet we're trending higher in momentum. Look at the RSI. It's starting to confirm too. See the confirmation? So we turned down, made a new higher low, and then we're starting to turn higher. That's confirmation. So bullish divergence in the RSI at support. All right. These all look pretty bullish, even though the price isn't trend, buy low, sell high, right? You don't want to buy something when it's just exploding to the upside. You want to buy it when nobody wants it and ride that move all the way up. And when it starts exploding to the upside, we look for areas to exit our positions and take profit. All right, we don't buy high and sell a little bit higher. We buy low and sell high. Let the let the momentum traders try to gamble around those ending moves to the upside or the downside. We look to take good size large positions into key areas and then ride the trend higher as it just begins to start. That's the difference between the smart money. If you look at the smart money and you look at any kind of like bubble pattern, you'll see where the smart money gets in. Let me pop that up real quick. So this is the psychology of a bubble or a mania or whatever. And again, the point that I'm just trying to make is you look at where the kind of the smart money starts to get in, the stealth phase, and they're really starting to accumulate big positions down here. When the market hasn't really taken off, this is where they're accumulating. This is where the most people get in. They get in during this this kind of greed phase right here, and you'll see the bulk of the volume and everyone's piling in right here, and that's just the nature of human psychology. So again, we're trying to buy down here and sell up here. We're not trying to buy up here and maybe sell a little bit higher, hoping to catch the exact top. Newmont mining. So Newmont is still right there at support, key support right there, just kind of hanging out, hasn't done anything yet. We have bullish divergence in the momentum, and yet we're just grinding along that support line. So, you know, we'll see what it does. I've been building a position in this one for the last couple days, or last couple weeks really on this one, and the last couple months in some of these other ones. In general, I think we're looking good. Okay, guys, so that's all I have right now for the gold miners. Just wanted to point those out. If you guys are new, check out my stock market technical analysis course. Leave me a thumbs up. I do appreciate that. Leave a comment below of any stock you want me to look at or any chart, individual chart you want me to take a look at. I'll try to point those out in a video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.